The way I was cracking up during the last episode of Weak Hero Class 1 was absolutely unacceptable. I don't think I read that right. I'm obsessed with Byung-Wook. Yes, me too. Hey guys, it's Angel. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, that's kind of weird. Why have you subscribed yet so we can become besties? Literally everybody here knows that the moment you hit the subscribe button, we automatically become besties. Like this is literally a visual representation of what will be the moment you hit the subscribe button. But it's okay, it's okay. I'm not mad. I'm a very, very patient person, so I'll wait. And while you're there, you might as well follow my Instagram. Hello! I have no justification, just like, why not? You don't want to see me? Anyways, I do want to apologize in advance for anybody who just like, oh, you sound like a sick patient. What are you doing here? Guys, I'm recovering from a cold. I wasn't doing too hot the past couple days. I felt like I was dying, but I guess I'm alive, so I will record this video for you guys. And this video is kind of like my retribution, like my character arc, like my character development in a way, because I know you guys might be looking at the title and be like, oh, why is she making a big deal? She just said that she's gonna be reading KDRAMA Confessions. Guys, I kinda, sorta, maybe a little bit might have told you guys that I was gonna make this video like 5 months ago. But guys, hear me out. I have a reason for this. I have a reason for why I didn't post this video. At the time when I asked you guys to give me your confessions, like, I wasn't sure if I was gonna be like a mainly like drama channel yet. Like, guys, I was doing all sorts of stuff. There's all sorts of things in the archive that will never resurface again, hopefully. I had asked you guys if you had any confessions. However, when I opened up the confessions, I saw that they were all K-drama confessions, and I was just like, who would have thought that right after I posted like 5 videos about K-dramas that you guys thought that the confessions were about K-dramas? So I was just like, oh, I guess we weren't on the same page. But then I had this one comment on one of my videos and they're just like, hey, are you ever gonna do like the K-drama confessions video? And I was just like, oh my gosh, like, I'm a piece of shit. Like, I deserve nothing. Like, I deserve to suffer. Like, my besties took the time out of their hands to type up these confessions. Some of these, I saw some long paragraphs, y'all, and I just left them hanging. Who am I? My besties don't deserve this. So I was like, you know what? I'm sitting down. I don't care if I'm sick. Even if I was dying of the bubonic plague,
Itadakimasu.
I would have gotten up and I would have sat down to record this video. So with that being said, let's just get right into the video, shall we? I have my trusty dusty big old laptop. I took it out, like it was dead dusty, like it was actually dusty because I haven't used this since the end of my semester and I've been using my other laptop. She's like back there or something. But I took this out because it's like, I need to read, guys. I don't trust myself to be able to memorize this stuff and like say it to the camera. So please bear with me as I bring my elephant of a laptop over so we can read these confessions, shall we? Okay, this first confession says, can we fire the people who cast the actors for K-dramas? Because why do I keep seeing the same group of people in these K-dramas? Like, I get they put in the popular actors to maybe get more watchers, but at the very least, give me someone new or someone that is like not as well known. Like with Potato Lab, they have Kang Tae-oh, who is obviously very popular and fine. And then for the female lead, they have Lee Sun-bin, who isn't exactly all that popular as an actor. Not calling her a nugu though. Look at all these terms they're throwing in here. That's what I want to see. Not Park Bo-gum and Byung-Wook, not my baby daddies. Okay, like, yeah, like, I don't want to see him either. Like, another example that made me somewhat unhappy was with Love Next Door. Like, OMG, who is popular and isn't in that Forsaken drama? Lee Seung-joon is getting his money's worth with all these popular dramas, like, gosh. Anywho, more of the story, give me new actors or unknown actors to add to my list of husbands/wives. Love you, Angie, by the way. I love you too. Are you seeing other people? I actually agree with this. I do agree with this. I did have this video coming out. I don't know if I'll actually let it come out. It depends on whether or not I edit it properly. But it was basically about me being in my K-drama slump. And I feel like part of the reason why I'm in a K-drama slump is like, it's repetitive. Like, it's getting tiring. Like, you see the same faces like all the time, like every single time. And trust guys, I love my baby daddy Byung-Wook, okay? I was there even before Lovely Runner. That was my man. But right after Lovely Runner took off, like he was suddenly in everything. And I feel like at that point, you're just kind of forced forcing him to kind of die down and forcing people to get like tired of them. Because it's kind of like when your favorite song gets put on the radio and now you hear it all the time, and then the next time you hear it, you're just like, turn that shit off, because you've heard it too often. I actually agree with this a lot. I hate the fact that like these like film industries are always so like selective, or like they never want to try anything new. They only just use big names in order to get their money's worth. And I don't think this is just a problem with K-dramas. Like US dramas, J dramas, C dramas too, especially with how big their population is, there's no reason why I should be seeing the same actors in C dramas. Like I don't get why they don't just kind of step out of the box and kind of like pull out some more talented people, because you know there's other talented people who can also do this stuff. So actually I agree with you, bestie, and I love you too. This isn't even a confession, just a hot take. I do not partake in cancel cultures of actors/actresses. Korean and Koreaboo cancel culture is extremely hypocritical, and there have been too many times when the rumors they were accused of were actually false. We don't know these people personally. Why would you expect them to fit into a certain box of what you expect them to be? Grow up! P.S. No one should be the victim of abuse or harassment, but let's not jump the gun and blame people before proof comes out. It's innocent until proven guilty for a reason. Ooh. I actually have like two different opinions on this. I feel like cancel culture in Korea makes me upset for two separate reasons. One of the reasons is that there are things that just aren't that serious that so many people would just jump the gun on in order to completely harass and bully and completely tear down at people to the point where it actually affects them in their real lives. You guys, we have heard of so many stories of actors and actresses who are literally bullied into, you know, permanent solutions to temporary problems. And time again, these netizens will show up simply to harass people when a lot of the time they don't even know them for real. They don't even know what's happening. They just love to jump the wagon and then just bully people, which I think is so weird. But then on the other side of the spectrum, when you have like actual serious allegations against people who have done harm to other people, all of a sudden you guys are quiet. All of a sudden he's at every single award show. All of a sudden he's starring in the next big show. Yeah, you guys are weird, and if you think that people haven't peeped that, we've definitely peeped it. So yes, Bessie, I agree with you. I feel like people need to be canceled for the things that they need to be canceled for, but the things that people are being canceled for, it's not that serious and it's not that deep. Or at least it's not that deep to the point where they should be harassed the way that they are. I never finished watching Goblin because of the age gap. Them pushing romance when she was a high school student is insane behavior. See, when I first watched Goblin, I was like 13 years old. And at the time, I didn't get what people were fussing about. Obviously, she was 18 in high school, and obviously she just became a college student. So why are people so mad that this 6,000-year-old man wants to date a freshly out of high schooler? Now that my frontal lobe is partially developed, I think we can all address the fact that this age gap is problematic. But I will also not take it too seriously in K-drama land, but I would take something like this seriously in real life. This may be tame, but I find horror movies funny. It is my secret comedy. The way I was cracking up during the last episode of Weak Hero Class 1 was absolutely unacceptable. I don't think I read that right. This may be tame, but I find horror movies funny. This is my secret comedy. Okay. The way I was cracking up during the last episode of Weak Hero Class 1. Right. Weak Hero Class 1. Weak Hero Class 1? Are we talking about the same Weak Hero Class 1? Or are you talking about like, because like I was with you. I was with you in the beginning, but then like the example is kind of throwing me off, bestie, a little bit. Like I'm a little confused. Like I'm digging into my head to like remember like what Weak Hero Class 1 was, and I'm just like, no. I'm 100% sure we're talking about the same drama. If you are watching this, please go ahead and send me the exact clips from the last episode of Weak Hero Class 1 that had you dying. Because if I find out it's some dude getting beat up on, or if I find out it's that guy in the fuck-ass hospital laying in his bed, and you are in your room a kiki king. Hi, bestie. Hey. So I love toxic songkang, and nevertheless, yes, I know I'm a menace to society. Anyways, one day I had my usual Korean class at university, and everything was normal like every other day. I sat in my seat in the middle of the classroom, but I had no idea what was about to happen and traumatized me. I somehow forgot. I know exactly where this is going. Okay. I somehow forgot to close Netflix and turn down my brightness, and it was paused on the freaky scene from Nevertheless. Yep. I have Discord and other things downloaded that pop up. When they do, I have to click off of them, so I tried to urgently get rid of them when it glitched and pressed play. Not only could the people next to me and behind me see the boom baya, but the volume was so loud that it echoed. Of course, it's not that embarrassing. Kinda. What's worse is that everyone knows I'm a Gion enjoyer. I'm being punished every day. LMAO. But anyways, love you, bestie. I love you too, bestie. To make you feel better, let me do you one worse. Or let me do you one better, is how I should say it, actually. Because I have my own experience with this. Y'all, like, I would go to sleep watching dramas, okay? And at one point, like, I was watching the drama on this laptop, which I typically don't watch dramas on this laptop because this is my business laptop. This is my work laptop. This is my locked-in laptop, guys. So I usually don't live my double life on this laptop. But one time, my laptop had broke. Like, it literally fell off my bed and I had to go get it repaired. So at the time, I was using this laptop to watch my K-dramas. And I go to sleep watching K-dramas because, again, I have no life. So I was watching that K-drama. I don't know if you heard of this drama. It's called The Trunk. And it was airing on Netflix at this point. Like, and since I had Netflix, I didn't even use my pirated sites to go watch it because I was feeling like a bougie bitch watching on official websites. So tell me why the next day I went to my accounting class because it was my first class, 8 a.m. in the morning. Sat my little happy ass down at the table. These little 2x2-inch tables. Pulling out my big ass laptop, putting it on there, okay? I turn on my laptop to lock into this lecture. Tell me why they're doing the Boombaya on my screen. And if y'all don't understand the difference between this person's story and my story, is the fact that the Boombaya on my screen was not the same as the Boombaya in Nevertheless, y'all. Guys, I was so embarrassed. I actually, like, my back is big, y'all. So I like to, like, help myself go to sleep by saying that, like, I was covering most of the laptop with my body and, like, the people behind me couldn't see and, like, the people, like, on the other sides of me just didn't care to look at my laptop. And on top of this, like, my brightness was low because I was watching it in the middle of the night. But, like, I like to tell myself that nobody saw, but it's just what gets me through the day. I got into K-pop and K-dramas because I got catfished by fake Eunwoo from a dating app. I wasn't into K-pop or K-dramas back then and I actually thought he was real. Looked him up, found Astro, and now they're my ults. Eunwoo is my fave actor. See, like, I'm happy you got the happy ending for this story because I don't know if I would have been as good of a person as you. I probably would have become like a hater. Like, anybody who told me, like, oh my gosh, did you hear about Astro? Kill yourself. Quickly, please. I'm glad you took the higher route because I don't think I would have. This next confession says, Lovely Runner is overhyped. Okay, here's my thing with these dramas that end up getting overhyped. I feel like if you watch them before enough buzz comes out about it, you're gonna really like the drama. But if you end up watching it after and only because you've heard so much hype about it, you're not gonna like the drama as much because now your expectations are here. I say this all the time, like, guys, like, bring your expectations low no matter what you hear. That way you can be nothing but satisfied. I think Lovely Runner was a great drama, amazing drama, and the male lead is fine as hell. He's my baby daddy. But if I had heard all the buzz about it that I heard after the drama had already aired and then I watched it, I would also think that the drama was overhyped. Some of you guys also just, like, put in other confessions in here that aren't K-drama based and I can just, like, gloss over them, but, like, I'm starting to, like, question the audience of besties that I have. Like, am I just, like, unhinged? Or, like, do you guys think that, like, this is a safe place and that we just all have problems here or something? Because some of these confessions that I'm, like, looking at, I'm just like, is this the vibe I give off? Like, look, one of these says, I'm so obsessed with a boy that I go as far as to take pictures of him. He doesn't know me and document anything that happens between me and him throughout the day. It could be because we don't go to the same school why I have it so bad for him. And then this one right underneath it says, I like the guy so much that I stalked all his social media platforms and found out everything about him and his family. When I think back, I can't believe how obsessed I was. And you see, the thing is, I just called you guys unhinged, but I just read those and I was just like, actually, that's not that bad. So I think I am kind of fostering this kind of community of people who are unhinged in our behavior. And if I am becoming that safe space for you guys, I guess I will accept that because I think I'm no better. One time I kissed the computer while watching Bloodhound. Like, hear me out, bro. The people on there are so fine. Like, I feel like catch me on, like, 3 a.m. at night like when I haven't slept well and I told myself I was gonna go to bed at 10 p.m. Catch me at that specific moment when the moon is out. I probably have done that before. Guys, like I'm telling you, there have been some scenes where I'm just like, I need that. Like I need that so bad. And it's just like, why are you separating yourself from me through a screen? You get what I'm saying? Like why aren't you booed up right next to me? Like we could be watching this together while you're like cuddling me. You get what I'm saying? And I just kind of like find it a little weird and like a little disrespectful when these actors who obviously know that they're my mans go out doing some stuff knowing damn well I can't reach them at that moment. Like, do you guys not find that weird? Do you guys not find that disrespectful? Because like, why would you do that to me when you know that we're locked in? When you know that you're my baby daddy and we got the 5th one on the way? I'm starting to like question the audience of besties that I have. Like, am I just like unhinged? Or like, do you guys think that like this is a safe place and that we just all have problems here or something? Because some of these conventions that I'm like looking at, I'm just like, is this the vibe I give off? Like, look, one of these says, it's a little strange. I don't know, guys. I know most people hate Jo Boa's acting, but I've honestly enjoyed every drama of hers that I have watched. Forest, Tale of the Nine-Tailed, Military Prosecutor Doberman, Destined with You. I actually agree. I don't think she has like the best acting in the world, but like to the point where people are saying that she doesn't know how to act, I feel like it's like you're doing too much. It kind of goes back into that thing where like people drag people way too hard for absolutely no reason. I think the reason why people don't like her is because she tends to like express with her eyes more than her face, but I just think that that's just her acting style, and I don't think it actually takes away from the drama. I don't want the main characters of Buried Hearts to end up together. And if you guys don't know, Buried Hearts came out earlier this year, you know, like when I said I was gonna make this video. And if you want me to talk about this confession, like I actually want to say that like I actually have no idea who you guys are referencing here, because when I tell you guys, like I had a whole list of dramas that I told myself that I was gonna watch and that I was excited for in this year, and I think the only one I watched was the one with Song Kang in it, like Undercover High Schooler Gangster or some shit like that. Like that was the only one that I watched. So bestie, I actually have no idea what you're talking about, but in my land my besties are always right, so I'm just gonna say I agree with you. I loved Hidden Love so much, but I just couldn't get over the fact that she was in middle school when he was in high school when they met. And then he watched her grow up. They were so cute, but it never left my mind. Here's my take on this. I think that the people who like produced the show didn't do a good job like explaining their relationship dynamic. I think because there are so many different time skips in the show, it made it seem like he just kind of knew her the entire time. But I'm pretty sure it's confirmed that from the time he saw her in middle school to the time that they actually started like seeing each other more often, I think he had only seen her like on 5 separate occasions. And it was like he dropped the brother off and she just so happened to be there. Or like he came to the house and they had dinner and she just so happened to be there. And then like 5 years later when they actually met, that was when he like actually started being interested in her, and at that point she was already in college. So I would say that like I don't think it's that bad. I don't think it's like the worst thing in the world. I think that they just did a bad job at like showing how like their relationship actually was. But if you really want to talk about it, it's low-key weirder in the novel, because I think in the novel they have like a 7-year age difference or something. Gonna shut you out. If I had a gun to my head and had to name 3 K-drama characters, I fear I'd be dead. And let me tell you, bestie, they would have shot me first, because I don't know any of these characters' names when I'm watching these dramas, these shows. I don't know any of it. And a lot of the times it makes me miss like big plot points, because they're just like, and then we found out that the killer was Kim Tae-ho. And I'm just like, right, who would have thought that it was him? The one with the black hair, brown hair, and the thick, thin lips. Who would have thought that it was him? Guys, I don't know these names for the life of me. I don't know. Like, I'm so sorry. Like, I'm just going off of vibes, you know? Just kind of reading the air, reading the room, you know? Spice it up a little bit. This one has a lot, so I'm gonna read like Eeny beeny buddy bo. I have a lot to say. I roll my eyes whenever I see someone talking about how beautiful the Queen of Tears couple was. I just don't get it. They were both toxic. How do you go from being happy that your wife is dying to being willing to die for her? And the female lead was just mean for letting her family walk all over him. I know she did stand up for him sometimes, blah blah blah, but that man still suffered. I actually 100% agree with this, and I'm not going to expand on this any further. I'm obsessed with Byung Woo-seok. Yes, me too. I did not enjoy Shooting Star at all. One of the reasons they hyped up the male lead so much, making him out to be this perfect handsome god, and no offense, but the character / actor simply did not live up to the hype. Side note, I wish K-dramas would stop using the main characters being beautiful as a plot device. I agree with this as well. I'm not expanding any further. I need Angela to make a K-pop husbands ranking. Guys, I don't really watch K-pop. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I do have this. This was from my past op, and I keep things from my past op because they're like kind of like war tidings. Like I won the war, and this is what I got from the war. But I do not watch K-pop. In a weird way, I keep up with K-pop drama because like on my TikTok, it's always like, in today's K-pop news, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, why are they dragging Karina for changing up her hairstyle? Oh my gosh, why are they yelling at her for wearing hip pads? So like in a weird way, like I'm up with the drama, but like I don't really like keep up with K-pop. I do have some like K-pop songs with like my Spotify playlist, but like if you guys just want me to like look at them and then just rank them, like sure I can do that, but like I don't know anything about their character. I will say that like these opinions, whoever you are, bestie, come out here. We need to talk more because we're obviously on the same wavelength here. J-dramas need more attention. Bestie, I can give you what you want. I can give J-dramas attention. But I promise you it's not going to be the attention that you wanted to get. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. It's not going to be what you think it's going to be, bestie. I generally don't think I'll ever get a boyfriend as my standards are too high for someone like me because of my K-drama husbands, LMAO. Go on. So I'm planning on being a rich independent girl boss right now. For context, I'm turning 17 this year. Bestie, you are 17 years old and you're already saying things like, for a person like me? Wake up. Get it together. At the end of the day, these men are just men. You have to remember that. I don't think that raising your own personal standards because of K-dramas is a bad thing. Like, I think it just makes you realize that, like, there are some things that people can do that are, like, the bare minimum, and that bare minimum is impressing you. And if the bare minimum is impressing you, are you the problem or are they the problem? That's the question that you have to ask yourself. Because in these K-dramas, they don't really be doing much, at least not these days. They're not as dramatic as they used to be, where, like, the main lead, like, just kind of saves the female lead from getting in a car crash. No, these male leads open the door. They pay for the bill. They hold the umbrella. If you think that your standards are too high because of that, like, girl, somebody's whispering propaganda in your ear and they're telling you to put your expectations down because they want you to suffer. And the fact that you're 17 and saying things that, like, for someone like me, where, like, you're insinuating that, like, the level that you're at is not high enough for you to be loved and respected is something that really hurts my heart. Because, bestie, you deserve to be loved. You deserve to be cherished. You deserve to have everything that you want and more. If you're always working on yourself to be the best version of yourself, why is it that you would allow yourself to get with somebody who's not even trying to be the best version of themselves, let alone trying to be the best version of themselves for the people that they love? Raggy? That's weird. So I guess I kind of have to say I do agree with you because I do want you to be an independent girl boss. And I'm sorry for my guy besties who are watching this. Like, I'm never talking about you unless I am and you ain't shit and you need to get it together. But at the end of the day, like, men are men. Your favorite K-pop idols, they're men. Your favorite actors, they're men. There's controversies coming out every day with them doing the most despicable things I've ever heard. So I agree with just about everything you said here except for that little, tiny little part where you tried to insinuate the fact that you weren't good enough for these men. Anyways, that's it for today's video. If you guys like this video, go ahead and let me know by hitting the like button. And I'll go ahead and drop a form at the bottom of this video too. If you guys want to submit more K-drama confessions, go ahead and throw them in there and I'll put them in the next video. There were some confessions, like I said earlier, that weren't about K-dramas. There's some thick old paragraphs, but like I read them and some of y'all got some stuff going on, I'm not gonna lie, but I read every single confession. So if you submitted something here and you're just like, man, she didn't read my confession, she didn't see my confession, I read it and I judged it. It just didn't get into this video because it's not about K-dramas. But with that being said, go ahead and fill out the form below if you want another video like this. If you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. If you really like this video, have to subscribe so you can watch all my videos. And with that being said, I love you guys so much. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!